3. What's up, y'all? Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher.
The Cipher!
I am your man, Marcus the Kid Warren, and with me is my man, Muff. How you doing today, sir?
What's going on? I'm doing well. What's going on, Internet Universe?
Yes. And today we have a special guest. I mean, he's no stranger to us here at the Cipher. No. My man, super producer, Woo Sir. How you doing today, sir?
How you doing?
Yo, I want to give a shout out.
Just Woo, I ain't no super producer. I'm just Woo.
Yep.
Listen.
He's nice.
Law. Either you remain on a humble, or humility will be thrust upon you. Real talk. All right.
Why you get all deep and stuff like
right?
that? But yo, I want to send a shout out to everybody out there who's been watching us, sending us some mad love out there, either on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you very much, and continue to watch this segments.
Right.
And please continue to send us shouts out on Facebook. But we're not here to talk about Facebook. We're not here to talk about Twitter. We're not here to talk about all that knowledge you was kicking. We're here to talk about a bunch of kids who got together around 1989 and put together a hot super hip hop group in Philadelphia. Okay. After that, they came out with a string of albums.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite albums, which Things Fall Apart, has a hottest song in there. In my opinion, You Got Me. We're talking about the one and only group, The Roots.
The Roots.
Now, The Roots came out with just recently a new project, right?
Yeah. The new project is actually called How I Got Over.
How I Got Over.
It's the name of the new album. A little background, even with me and The Roots, how I even got here to. I remember, like in the mid '90s. I used to play semi-pro football, which meant that we used to do a lot of our own driving to places, right? And we had a game in Connecticut, so I'm driving from Western New York over to Connecticut, right? Me and my girlfriend, and I went and got Media Play was open. It was like this mega
Media Play. Wow.
You know, CD store,
wow,
right?
That's it. Yeah, right next to Coconuts in the record theater.
Right? Pretty much, right? So at any rate, we go in there, and there's 2 albums I got, and I was buying the Source every month at that time, too, right?
Of course.
So the Source had this write-up about this group called The Roots, but it was like a live band. I like live music and that type of thing, so I said, maybe I'll give them a listen. And I also bought the second CD I bought that day was Stakes Is High by De La Soul. So I get both of those, and it's funny because what are the chances that you're driving somewhere, you're buying 2 CDs, and both of them happen to be classics, just out the blue. Do You Want More is the name of the album.
Right.
Do You Want More? And this is 1996 when I bought it, and also Stakes Is High. In my mind, Stakes Is High is a classic album. At any rate, so I'm listening to it, and I loved the fact that they were a live band, and they had an MC that just wasn't, saying just kind of being an okay spitter. And this dude was a real MC.
Now we're talking about
Tariq Trotter or Black Thought.
Black Thought.
So that said, loved him, and I've been a fan ever since. Next album being the Illadelph Half-Life.
Right.
Okay, but I didn't want to be what Questlove calls. Every time somebody goes up to The Roots and say, you know what, I've been down with y'all since Organics. No, I wish I was, but I wasn't down since Organics. In fact, I went and bought Organics after I bought Illadelph Half-Life because I thought it was just that good. And on the Illadelph Half-Life album is when I found out that they were a little bit more musically inclined than just a typical hip-hop group who just played riffs. You know what I'm saying? So, at any rate, fast forward to today. How I Get Over.
Okay.
I thought it was an excellent album. They hit you number 1, with the intro. The first song on there, I'm thinking, as a matter of fact, let me go to that first song here. The first song on there is called Walk Alone, and it has your man Truck North on a PORN. Also raps on that. Point being, though, is that when you listen to the song, you're waiting for the beat to drop, and it doesn't. But actually, that's what kind of makes it dope.
Okay.
So then we talked about Dear God, and give me your take on Dear God. That was the third track on there.
Dear God, like when I listen to the album from front to back, I choose not to read any of the titles in the song. So
you get the full feel of the album.
Just to get the full feel of the album on what they're doing. So I'm listening to this song, and then this cat is just spitting all this real stuff that I'm thinking today in my life.
Real talk.
And I'm just like, oh man, like what is this? And it just shook me, and I had to look at it.
Yes.
And it's called Dear God, and I'm like, wow.
Like
these dudes are like geniuses, man. Like this is it. Like this is what I meant to say.
Absolutely.
And that's how.
Dear
God touched me. That's just one.
And just to pick up, I don't want to cut you off here, but just to pick up on that. lyrically, I think that's what makes this album so great, because we're not talking about lyrically where he with ill metaphors left and right. Just them talking about that grown man real talk, from whether it's Dear God to, you know, Now or Never. He just said, look, man, I'm gonna get my stuff together, whatever it takes. It's now or never. I mean, stuff that you can relate to. How I got over. Lyrically, it's, I mean, what are you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? How I got over is because what you gonna do in this life let somebody care about you? Real talk. So the whole album I thought was great. The guest appearances, love them. You got Fonte from Little Brother. You got Blue, who's a great MC. In fact, I got hip to Blue when he did there's an album that he did with the producer who was really good on the underground called Exile. Okay, and I forget the name of the album. I know I'm going to get lambasted on the internet for not knowing the name of the album, but he's put out some pretty good. In fact, that album was actually a classic in my opinion too. Whatever album, I'll probably put up on my Facebook the album I was talking about. But at any rate, you know, John Legend is also on the album with doing it again. He's on a fire. Yeah,
that's that John Legend hook.
Do it again. I'm doing it again. I love John. You know, John Legend's like the dude who can't sing but can really sing. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, it's like oxymoronic, but it is what it is.